Today's case study deals with our client who is a specialist medical doctor and surgeon. We will call her Dr. X. She had an ongoing successful career and then opened a specialty high-end clinic to offer services not paid for by the provincial health plan. She set up her clinic in a separate building that she purchased. Dr. X then had it renovated extensively to meet the business needs, leased or purchased equipment and hired staff. This new venture was financed entirely by debt. Personal debt, equipment loans or leases in her personal name, and equipment and mortgage debt in the new business venture corporation for which Dr. X personally guaranteed it. Therefore, one way or the other, her personal responsibility was for 100% of the debt to get the business started. Her husband was responsible jointly with her for the mortgage raised against the matrimonial home. The cash flow of the business was insufficient to pay the operating costs and debt financing. She had to keep borrowing money personally to keep the new business alive. The stress this caused affected her previously stellar activities as a surgeon and hurt her marriage. By the time Dr. X came to us, she and her husband were separated and divorce proceedings were underway. Dr. X came to us convinced that she had to go bankrupt. The stress of her failing business was taking a huge toll on her normal duties as a surgeon and her marriage was over. She had previously seen a different licensed insolvency trustee and was convinced from that meeting that bankruptcy was her only answer. Dr. X considered herself a total failure, despite she was still sought after as a brilliant medical doctor and surgeon. She was depressed. We considered her assets and liabilities, income and expenses and her overall situation. Bankruptcy was not a good answer for Dr. X notwithstanding she earned a high income. The irony was that she could not afford to claim bankruptcy. We had to deal with two problems, one financial and one emotional. Dr. X was an emotional wreck because of the failed business venture with all of its problems. We had to deal with that first. It is normal for a licensed insolvency trustee to take a holistic approach. The debtor facing financial problems always needs two outcomes, a solution that will allow them to shed their debts and get peace of mind, and become rehabilitated. We advised Dr. X to immediately shut down the clinic. We then advised Dr. X that she should not bankrupt the corporation carrying on this new business. Rather, she should call up the first mortgagee and tell that she is abandoning the business premises and is sending the keys over. Then call up the equipment lessors and the lender that did some equipment financing to tell them the business has shut down and they should contact the first mortgagee to gain access to retrieve their property. Next, we advised Dr. X to safeguard the business books and records, so that she could have her accountant file final tax returns. She would also have the records for when Canada Revenue Agency wished to do an audit on the business activities. We then worked out a cash flow plan with Dr. X that she could keep current with, now that she stopped funding the debt incurred because of the failed business. She also stopped paying the first mortgage on the matrimonial home as the value of the home was now less than the total of the mortgage debt against it. We worked with Dr. X on a plan to avoid bankruptcy, by filing a formal restructuring proposal. The advantages of this strategy, if the restructuring proposal could be fully performed, are: Dr. X would not give up her assets to a bankruptcy trustee. She would not lose her life insurance coverage or cash surrender value. All her debts could be eliminated through the restructuring proposal. Although the total of her restructuring proposal payments had to be more than her creditors would get in her bankruptcy, we could term those payments out to a maximum of 5 years. Her estimated monthly payment would be less than the monthly surplus income payment in a bankruptcy, and Dr. X would avoid bankruptcy and an opposed discharge process entirely. Dr. X followed our advice. Her restructuring proposal was accepted by her creditors and then approved by the court. Dr. X not only maintained her regular monthly proposal payments to us, she was able to pay off the proposal early. Now that she had a clear head and no longer felt she was a failure, she could focus on her medical practice and surgery, which once again flourished. Her income and savings rose. These are some of the benefits that financial rehabilitation brings. Dr. X also avoided going bankrupt. I present this case study to show how, as a licensed insolvency trustee in the GTA, we look at the entire story of each person or company that comes to us for help. We look at your entire situation and devise a strategy that is as unique as you and your problems, financial and emotional. We know that people facing financial problems need a realistic lifeline. There is no one-solution-fits-all approach with the Ira Smith team. If any of this sounds familiar to you and you are serious.
I hope you enjoyed the video. The Ira Smith team is available to help you at any time. We offer sound advice and a solid plan for starting now, so that you'll be well on your way to a debt-free life in no time. For more information on a no-cost basis, please visit our website or call us. Our website